dojos are at the center of this controversy. What's up, everybody? It's Dave from Team Rubalcava Network, TRN Cobra Kai. Theories, man. What is going on, guys? So it has been a crazy night, a long night, a lot of filming, a lot of recording, and then of course a lot of issues. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So a lot of the reaction videos, I love doing reaction videos, but unfortunately we had a lot of issues. I had a lot of issues with them all morning long, so I just said, you know what, to hell with it. We're just not gonna do that. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna talk about the episode, kind of like a breakdown. And I'm gonna start it with episode 10 because this was like my favorite. So we're just gonna kind of do some slideshows and kind of do a breakdown of it and talk about it. And we're just gonna do that, man. Sometimes you have to just punt. And unfortunately, I was kind of sad that I couldn't spend all night recording stuff and then you just can't show it. It was getting blocked. And so it is what it is, man. I'm not gonna be mad about it. It is what it is. So now we're gonna do this video instead, and I will do one for every single episode, but I figured we'd start with number 10 because it was like boom, it was like the most amazing one. And then we'll work our way backwards, starting back from 1 again. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys enjoyed this season. Oh my god, this season was so amazing, man. It was so amazing. So what I figured is we put the slides on and kind of talk about it and kind of share my thoughts about the episode, and we'll just kind of take it from there. So but if you enjoyed this episode, which I surely did, it kind of brought all the pieces together. Oh, it was nothing short of remarkable. I have to say that the hype was absolutely worth what was given to us. I think it was absolutely amazing. The storyline is going from so many different places. It almost felt like we were watching multiple different movies, man. I don't know. It was just so amazing. All right, so let's kind of get into it, guys. My voice is all kind of hoarse, so they're gonna kind of play in the background, but we did see and learn a little bit about Kreese and really about that survival kind of mode that he had to go through, and we learned about it kind of throughout the entire episode. And then we finally meet Allie. After all of the episodes, we're like, where is Allie? She makes an appearance, and a huge appearance in episode 10, and it was really amazing to watch her interact with Daniel, with Johnny, because Johnny has a huge crush on her. I guess they both do, but really watching their dynamics, I think, was so cool. And you know, as we learn later on in the episode, so spoiler if you guys haven't watched it, we learn later in the episode how she really helps Johnny and Daniel kind of figure out what's going on and how to find a way to right the ship in their own lives. And we start to see that in this episode there is the fight. There it is, where they're kind of talking, but we see the fight that's happening between Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai, and I have to admit that this fight was probably one of the coolest fights that I've ever seen. Here we see the kids are talking about strategizing and what they have to do, but when we see the fight take place, I mean, look at this, it gets thrown through the window. I mean, it was just so crazy how much energy happened in there and how much energy was happening in that fight and all the small little fights that were going on. And man, I really thought, like, this is so amazing that we get to see these characters and these rivals kind of duke it out with, like, Kyler again. We see Kyler and Miguel finally face each other. We see Dimitri fighting other people. Sam has been a huge part of the storyline in season 3. And I know she's been dealing with a lot of fear. She's been dealing with a lot of internal issues, and it's all kind of boiled to the surface now, where she can't run anymore, and now she's gonna have to face her fear. And I think that's what was really cool about this fight, is there was a lot of stuff that was happening kind of behind the scenes, that there was these inner battles that were happening between each characters, and Sam, to me, was one of the most significant. The other one was actually Hawk. And here we see in this scene where she actually runs and kind of hides in the dojo because she can't handle all of the fear, and Tori follows her in there. And I think this is one of those moments with Sam which I really admire her, that she finally found the guts to stand up for herself and to kind of fight the whole entire season 3, she's been running, she has panic attacks, she has also, it's kind of almost her moment of redemption where she finally finds it. And in this moment, I really was absolutely stunned with Eli. I'm not gonna call him Hawk, because at this point we see that, you know, Dimitri, Miyagi-Do is getting creamed right now, man. They're getting beat up, and here he is, vulnerable, and it looks like they're gonna break his arm again. Who comes to the rescue? It's Eli, man. Eli jumps in there, kicks both of them, knocks them into the glass, and just destroy. It was such a cool moment of redemption for Hawk, and I gotta admit, man, I got really emotional, and it's unfortunate I can't show you these reaction videos, but I started getting emotional because Eli's still in there. Eli still exists, and how he came back to save his friend. And then we see that Tori, you know, they all kind of come in to stop that fight with her and Sam, and Tori calls them all traitors. Now this moment I thought was really special. I really thought that this moment with Johnny and Allie was really special, and kind of talking about Carmen, that she must be special, but also just that comforting him that I'll always be there for you. And although Allie's role was really kind of limited, she had such a huge impact on Johnny and Daniel and what's about to happen next. And so after that, we do see Johnny come home. He wants to talk with Carmen, tell her that he loves her. And here's the aftermath from that fight. And we all know what kind of happens next. If you haven't seen it, then Johnny goes to for a fight. And so these are the glimpses too back in Kreese's kind of Vietnam, where he had to fight to the death, unfortunately, and that's what he had to do. And then we understand a lot about his dynamic, a lot about his personality because of that. And so to my surprise, Robbie is in the dojo training with him. Now I thought for a moment, maybe, just maybe, he would not fall into that, but unfortunately he did. And so then we see the conflict between Kreese and Johnny and them fighting it out. We even see moments of Robbie getting involved and Robbie fighting his own dad for Kreese. I mean, it was just unbelievable that this stuff was happening in the final couple minutes of it. There we see Robbie mad, he's upset, he starts fighting with him, and it's really stunning to see what's happened to him. And Daniel comes to the rescue. At the moment right before Daniel got there, we see Johnny being choked out. We see that he's in trouble, and Daniel comes to the rescue. And then watching them fight was the coolest thing I've ever seen, man. Seeing him finally fight Kreese, it was nothing short of amazing. And seeing him use the moves that Chosen had taught him, those pressure points, and kind of disarming Kreese because he picks up that glass. It's really cool. It's been all a setup, guys, for the next season. Right here we hear Robbie saying basically, I don't want you guys here, get out of here now. And now it's become about the tournament. And we do see in this slide that he's making a phone call, and I'm pretty sure, I have to go back and really watch it, but I'm like 99% sure it's Terry Silver he's calling, because he just mentioned that in Karate Kid 3 about how in Vietnam he owed him. Now this part is the very end of the episode, and I'm not gonna lie, it made my eyes water just to see everybody reunite. You know, Eli and Dimitri and Miguel and Sam and all the characters kind of reunite in Miyagi-Do. And I kept wondering, where's Johnny? And then he walks in, man, and I had to hold back the tears, because I'm like, these two, look at that bow of respect. These two have been arch nemesis for 30 plus years, and to see them come together in this final episode, man, it was an emotional one for me. I don't know about you guys, but it was an emotional one for me. So let me kind of give you just a recap of how I felt about this episode. I really felt like it took me on an emotional journey, and I think you guys probably felt the same way. I really felt that there was some things that needed to be answered, some things that needed to be kind of closed, and especially with Robbie, with Samantha, with Hawk. You know, there were some things that we just kind of knew that something was starting to happen, especially with Eli. And I have to admit that I was really stunned with the Robbie portion of it, and I've really deeply like disappointed. But I think he was left with no choice, guys. I think he was really left with no choice. His father has abandoned him in his eyes. Daniel turned him in to the police. And it's almost like he had nowhere else to go. And here you have Sensei Kreese that's telling him, welcome home, welcome back. And I know Kreese did that intentionally to try to get Johnny back as well. And so as we figured out, Johnny really loves him, but he finally made Johnny make a choice, and Johnny chose, like, no, this is not going to happen between us. And that led to their fight. And I really, like I said, love the fact that Ali played such a significant role and in pulling these guys together and helping them see things a little bit different, and even Carmen in all of this. So, like, I mean, just to kind of wrap up the entire, you know, season, I am just completely overwhelmed watching it. I think I need to go back and watch it a couple of more times, and I know this is still like just fresh that I'm kind of sharing it with you guys, but I know there's so much more that I kind of missed as we were watching it, and I'd like to go back and do a deep dive on it. But tell me what you guys think about this episode. Tell me what you thought about episode 10. Tell me what you thought about the entire season. And if you enjoyed at least this video, which I'm saddened that I had to do it in this format, which is fine. I really wanted to do the reaction videos, but it is what it is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you have to just move on. And so I'm okay with that. At least we could talk about the episode and talk about it together. And hopefully we learn some things about these characters. And I do know, you know, releasing some some videos of analyzing some of these characters. Sorry, man, I'm really tired. I haven't slept. I've been up all night. You know, I think there was a lot of truths that we talked about in those videos that I released the day before. And surprisingly, a lot of them came true, and surprisingly, a few didn't. And so, especially with Eli. So I was pleasantly surprised with that. But man, what a journey. What a journey. A year and a half waiting. Shoot, I would have waited 3 years for that. That was just amazing, epic ride. So I want to tell you guys, thank you for watching this. The rest of the episodes will come out. I figured this one was the most important. This one was the one that like got me like really motivated and just emotional. So I figured I would share this one first. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys. More videos to come. And I just want to tell you guys, I appreciate all your support and appreciate that you're on this journey with me. And man, let's get into the rest of the episodes because they are going to be a blast. And stay tuned for more interviews that we're looking forward to, and more complete breakdowns of what happened in season 3. So much to come, guys. Stay tuned. We'll talk to you soon.